Okay, good morning. I'm not sure if this is going to stay here. So it's Thursday. Thursday is a bit of an odd day, I think, because it's not the beginning of the week and you can't think, oh, it's Friday. You've still got quite a lot of week, still got 2 whole days. And so it's not even the middle of the week, is it? It's just an odd day. And you've got to get on with your work and you can't really look forward to the weekend just yet. But our scripture is a little bit like that. So see what I did there. And today we're outside with my plants. And some of you will know I took up a bit of gardening during lockdown. And so I'm still doing a bit. I'm not brilliant, but look at my plants. Yes? They're fancy. And this one I particularly like because when I bought this, it was literally just a little bit of green, and now it's coming out very nicely, and there's quite a lot of buds. And there is a bud in our scripture. Yes, there is. We're doing chapter 35 and 36 of Isaiah if you're jumping in today. But I love how it says this: the desert and the parched lands will be glad like a crocus. It will burst into bloom like a crocus. You know, not like a lily, which is a sort of a grand flower, or a rose, which is a sort of a high status flower. A little humble crocus. And this is one of the things that I love about God's creation, which is that he can speak to us. He's almost written the gospel into creation. If art is a reflection of the artist, this great artwork that is creation is a reflection and tells the story of our God. And no one will notice some of these little flowers. I mean, we're all noticing them right now. They're famous flowers now. But these little buds that will at some point burst open into glorious flowers, they wouldn't be typically noticed, would they? They're not significant. And there are trillions and billions of little miracles around us, little narratives of the way God is. And so I love the fact it says, like a crocus, it will burst into bloom. Our private, maybe humdrum, Thursday-ish lives can burst into bloom. And I pray that yours and mine will today, because we need to know that our lives are not just insignificant part of a world that God spun into motion and then he walked away from. He is still working in our lives, in your life and in my life today. So I am really excited about how we can understand the nature of God, the nature of existence from his creation, and that is reflected in our Bible readings today. Now it does go on. It's definitely a Bible reading in 2 parts. The first part is this prophecy by Isaiah, which says that sorrow and sighing will at some point, it will flee away. Gladness is going to fill us for the rest of all of existence, and that there is hope. And then it jumps straight into a historic account. So we go from a chapter that is all about prophecy and what is going to happen and what God is going to do, and it's quite flowery and poetic, into a historical account, an account of King Hezekiah. Just a bit of information about Hezekiah, actually. He's one of my favourite kings. He did amazing work. He took over from his dad, I think it was Ahab, who was a terrible king, who encouraged the worship of idols. And Hezekiah, when he became king, did all sorts of things. He tore down the shrines that were to the non-gods. He reinstated Passover as a day of festival and celebration for the Jewish people. He brought the people back to God. But in this chapter that we read today, it's the beginning of one of the accounts from his life, which you'll find here and also in Kings. And what we realize is that everything is not all right in the world of Hezekiah. Things look terrible. Not only have the Assyrians advanced They are throwing threats out, and they're doing that in front of the people. So the people are terrified. The people are going to be questioning Hezekiah. And tomorrow, we're going to find out what he does with that reality. So we've had the promise of eternal prosperity in the prophecy of Isaiah, followed by the historical account of where the rubber is hitting the road and everything is looking like it's going to be a storm of some sort. So let's find out what happens tomorrow. But let's sit in this Thursday place, saying not everything looks good, but God has prophesied success and wholeness and grace for our lives. And I look forward to reading the next part tomorrow. Bless you. Have a good day.